Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to yoga. Let's go ahead and find our comfortable seated position. Hopefully everyone had a beautiful weekend. Got to enjoy the sunlight. Let's just take a few moments for yourself. Try to find a comfortable temperature. I know it's kind of warm today. If you have a fan, feel free to turn that on. Make sure to have water nearby. Releasing any thoughts outside of your space in your body. I want you to try to take note, see if you can find any trouble spots in your body, maybe your shoulder, maybe your neck. Just start to add movement in that area. If you find a position that feels good, go ahead and hold it. Let's go ahead and bring those feet out in front of us. Place your hands behind you for support. And let's go ahead and cross that right foot over your left, taking that left arm, driving that elbow into your knee as you look over that right shoulder. Let's really try to sit tall. Try not to sink into this stretch. Gently rotating back to the center. Let's open up the inside of that top leg, bringing the outside of your ankle over your thigh. So not on your knee, not quite on your knee, above your knee, or if that's uncomfortable, you can go below your knee as well. With the inside of your knee open, let's go ahead and reach forward. This is a good time to get that yoga strap if you have one, or you could use a belt instead. Slowly lifting it back up, bringing those hands back behind you for support. With that extended leg, we're gonna bring that foot flat to the floor, keeping that leg crossed in our figure four, bringing your bottom as close to your heel as you feel comfortable going, feeling that stretch through the glutes on the right side. Let's extend that leg. Uncross, shake it out. With those legs extended, let's go ahead and cross our left foot over this time. Right arm crosses over, drive that elbow into your knee as you look over that left shoulder this time. Again, focusing on not sinking into the stretch, but sitting tall. Slowly rotate your chest back to the front, opening up the inside of that cross knee, bringing that foot off the floor. Remember, you want to be either above or below your knee. You don't want to be placing that ankle on your knee. Whether you're using your yoga strap, your belt, or you're reaching for that foot with your hands, let's go ahead and hinge here. Slowly raise yourself back up. Place those hands behind you for support. And let's slide that right foot flat to the floor. Again, bringing your bottom as close to your heel as you feel comfortable folding. Sliding that foot out in front of you, uncross your legs and shake it out. We're gonna swing those feet behind us. We're gonna lift onto our knees. So knees are about in line with your hips. If you wanna grab a pillow or something a little more soft for support, feel free to grab something. Again, knees are in line with your hips. We're gonna extend that right leg out to the side. Sorry, your left leg. You're mirroring me, or I'm mirroring you. Arms go up to your ears. We're gonna drop that right hand down to the floor, either on a yoga block or some sort of elevated device, or place that hand on the floor. Reach your fingertips and toes to opposite sides of the room. Try not to let your shoulders or your ears sink down to your shoulder. Keep that space open. As we lift, we're gonna start with our arm, then with our chest. Then we're gonna sit back on that heel with our leg extended here. We're gonna shift our weight forward so that we're on our hands. Our leg is extended out to the side. Let's go ahead and lift that leg off the floor. Kick behind you. Gently release your toe and then your knee. Walking your hands back in towards your body. Let's go ahead and sit back up and do that same sequence on the other side. Starting with our right leg extended. Arms reach up. Exhale, release down to the floor. Remember to keep that space between your ear and your shoulder open. As we lift back up, we're going to start with our arm, and then with our chest, and then we're going to sit back on that heel with our leg extended. Inhale, shift your weight forward on those hands. Bringing that foot off the floor, extending behind you. I'm kind of kicking my closet, so if it looks weird. Tapping your toe to the floor before releasing your knee. From here, go ahead and sit back on your heels for child's pose. You are welcome to walk those hands side to side. Maybe rock your hips side to side. Kind of do what feels nice for you. On your next inhale, let's shift forward for our tabletops. Tucking our toes under, let's lift those knees up and hips back for that downward dog. Take your time to push those hips back, lengthen through the spine. Try your best to drive those heels towards the floor here. Nice soft elbows. Try not to extend or lock out your joints. Inhale, bring your gaze towards your hands and slowly step forward. Holding your forward fold here for a few breaths. I want you to reverse swan dive up. So we're going to push our hips back, arms reach out to the side, lengthen and lift. Exhale as you release those arms to your sides. Again, I have my limited space with the wall here. Let's take one more deep breath. Make sure those feet are in line with your hips. Toes are facing forward. Push your hips back. We're going to hold this halfway point. So we're going to lengthen through the spine, slight bend through the knees. Eyes are looking down at the floor. Hold this halfway point. So you should be kind of in a 90-degree angle here. Release those hands to the floor. Tuck your knees into your chest. Slowly roll up. All right, so you have an option to do that single leg next, or if you want to continue doing that with both legs, you're welcome to do that with both legs as well. So if you want to try the single leg option, we're going to shift our weight to one side. Hitch that toe just so that you know it's there. Try not to put any weight on it. Remember those arms glued to your ear and hinge at the hips. So you can choose to take this into a warrior 3 where you extend that leg out behind you, but you don't have to. You can just hold this hinge here, just with a single leg. Remember, you're lengthening through that spine. You're making that 90 degree with your hips. Again, kicking out is optional. Releasing that foot if it is not already. Reach down to your toes, tuck your knees into your chest, roll up so your head is last. Big inhale here at the top. Exhale, release those hands to your sides. Let's get ready for the other side. Again, if you're doing both legs during this time, that's completely fine as well. You're still feeling that stretch through the back of your legs or your hamstrings. Shifting our weight to our left side if you are choosing to do the balancing option. Hitching that foot so you know it's there. Trying not to put weight on it. Let's bring those arms to our ears. Hinge at the hips here. Extending your leg for a full warrior 3 is optional, or you can just stay hinged here. Ooh. Placing that foot down if it isn't already. Place your hands on the floor, tuck your knees into your chest, roll slowly into standing. Amazing job, everyone. We're gonna release swan dive, forward fold. Exhale, lengthen to the spine. We're releasing all the way down to that forward fold this time. Holding here. Feel free to wag your tail if you need to, kind of loosen up those hamstrings. You may notice you're going a little bit further than you did the first time in this forward fold. You gave your hamstrings some time to warm up here. With your hands on the floor, so bending your knees if you need to, we're gonna hop or step back into our plank position. Holding here for a few breaths, modifying to your knees if you need to. You're doing great, stay strong. We're gonna release that left knee down to your mat and step forward with your right foot. Take your time. Open those hips. Give your time or your hips time to open. When you're ready, you can keep those hips down, but lift your hands off the floor. If you want to take this even further, you can bring your gaze to follow your fingertips. You might even look slightly behind you if you're really feeling it today. Slowly lifting back up. Placing those hands on the inside of your front foot. Let's scoot that foot out a few inches, opening up the inside of that front foot. And optional, releasing down to those forearms. Pressing yourself back to your hands if you are not already, bringing that front foot flat to the floor. Let's tuck our back toe under, lift up into our runner's lunge, and step back into your plank position. Gently releasing your knees, I want you to sit back on your heels, walk your hands into your body, and stay seated on your heels. So for some of you, this might be a comfortable position. For some of you, you may want to place a blanket or a pillow between your bottom and your heels. What I don't want you to do is compensate and hinge here and keep that chest forward. If you're not quite sitting upright, go ahead and adjust your positioning. So for those of you who are sitting on your heels, and this is easy, I want you to lean back a little bit. So the goal is to kind of get those quads stretched. Your ankles may be limiting you. Listen to your body. When you're stretching, you should feel discomfort, but you should not be in pain. Slowly lifting yourself back up. Let's go ahead and place those hands on the floor. Lift back into your plank position, whether you're on your knees or on your toes, staying strong here for a few breaths. Right knee will release while our left foot steps forward. And we give those hips some time to open. Taking those hands away when you're ready. Some of you may want to take that further by reaching those hands up, eyes follow in your fingers' direction, maybe even slightly behind you. Slow lift back up. Hands are placed on the inside of that front foot, scooting that foot to the outside of your mat, opening up the inside of that foot. Optional, releasing down to those forearms. Pressing yourself back to your hands if you are not already. Bringing that foot flat to the floor. Tucking that back toe under and lifting your knee off the mat. Let's go ahead and step back into our plank. Gently release those knees and sit back on your heels, walking your hands in. We're going to do that quad stretch one more time. So finding that position. Maybe if you were sitting on your pillow last time, challenging yourself, seeing if you can take that pillow away. If you were sitting here last time, maybe challenging yourself, leaning back an inch or two. Try not to let those feet or those knees come off the floor. If you're super flexible and this isn't challenging you, just bear with us. Take it as a blessing. Slowly bringing yourself back up, scooting onto our glutes. Go ahead and shake out those ankles if you need to, your quads. Get ready to release down to the floor. Slowly, with or without your hands. Taking one knee into your chest, hugging it in tight. Reaching for the outside of that knee with your opposite arm and bringing that knee across your body to allow your hip to release. Your opposite arm is placed out to the side. I want your arm to open your chest here. Optional, you can take that arm and draw half circles, working on your shoulder mobility. Hands facing up, trying to keep that forearm and elbow on the floor as you do it. Take your time to bring that knee back into your chest. Kind of roll out that hip a little bit. Roll your knee, draw circles in both directions. Extending that leg, reaching from under on your thigh, your calf, or maybe your ankle. Just a reminder, we want to make sure our hips and shoulders stay on the floor. So if you're reaching for that foot, adjusting your position. Slight bend through the knee. Hugging your opposite knee into your tight ball. Rolling your back. And when you are ready, let's switch sides. Start with that knee hugged into your chest. Reach for the outside of that knee. Bring it across your body. Allow your hip to release. And open your arm out to the side. Open your chest. Optional, making half circles with that arm. Palm facing up. Taking your time to roll onto those hips, bringing that knee back to center. Drawing small circles with that knee. Extending that leg, reaching from either under your thigh, your calf, or your ankle. Tucking that knee into your chest, placing your foot on the floor and sliding your heel out in front of you. If your eyes are not already relaxed, go ahead and relax your eyes. Find a comfortable position with your arms to your sides, feet out in front of you. Maybe you want a pillow on your lower back for a little more support. Take note of the little muscles in your face. Is your forehead tense? Is your jaw tense? Exhale, release the tension. Continue to take notes of your body. Continue to relax your tense areas. Before you open your eyes, give it a few moments to just feel your body and wiggle your fingers and toes. Exaggerating that movement, moving it up through the rest of your body. Sliding those feet to the floor. And rolling over to one side. Take your time here. I want you to take a few moments to open your eyes. And really slowly press yourself into that comfortable seated position. that we started in. Finishing with our deep breaths, arms go overhead. Exhale to your sides. 2 more. And exhale. 1 more, hands come to prayer. Exhale, hands come to heart. Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday, everyone, and I will see you all on Wednesday. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about any of our programs or classes.